All right, good morning everyone. Let's get started with another session. We're going to be using our band and ball in this session. Option to use kind of whatever you have to utilize at home. A roll of paper towels might be good, or we might even be able to use a yoga block if you've got that as well. But just have something like that nearby. And then go ahead and lay back on your back. And relax your shoulders. We're going to start with our breath. So obviously it's a very stressful time. So we really want to focus on those deep breaths, breathing into the ribs. So go ahead and place your hands onto your rib cage. Relax your shoulders down here. Take a deep inhale through your nose, breathing into the front, back, and sides of the ribs. And exhale through the mouth. Rib cage draws down. Again, deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, rib cage draws down. Deep inhale, trying not to breathe into the shoulders, but expanding into the ribs. And exhale. Let's do a few more. Deep inhale through the nose. Front, back, and sides of the ribs expand. So really breathing into the front and back and sides, not just the front. And exhale. One more time. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Rib cage draws down. Good, go ahead, bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. We're gonna go into those pelvic tilts. So pay attention to how your feet are connecting with the floor and make sure your weight is evenly distributed between big and little toe. Watch that the knees are still tracking over the ankles and hips, that they're not going narrower or wider here. Okay, so we wanna start with that neutral spine, that natural curve under your lower back. And a little bit of weight in that tailbone. So if you had a bowl of water sitting on your pubic bone, that bowl of water would be level right now. As you exhale, think about scooping up the lower abdominals to find that little tuck of the pelvis so the bowl of water drains into the belly button. Inhale, back to neutral, natural curve. Exhale, slight tuck, using the abdominals. Don't use those hip flexors, so don't jam your back in. Don't fire up those hip flexors or press into your feet. Make the abdominals do the work. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, back into that imprint position. Water drains into the belly button. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale to find that imprint position. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, back to imprint. And last time, inhale, neutral, and hold. Think about scooping that belly in. Take another inhale. As you exhale, bring that right leg up to tabletop, trying to maintain that neutral spine. Take another inhale. Exhale, other leg comes up to tabletop, doing our best to maintain, again, that little bit of space under the lower back. Try not to jam your back into the mat. If you're feeling any lower back discomfort, you can go into that imprint position. But again, we want to train that body, those abdominals, to work in that neutral position, moving from the hip joint. Inhale, tap the right toes down. Exhale, use the belly to pull back up. Inhale, tap, and exhale, up. Inhale, tap, exhale, up. Inhale, tap, scooping out those lower abdominals, relax the shoulders. This should feel like work if you're using those abdominals. Try not to use the hip flexors. Let's do one more round each side. Inhale and exhale. Hold those legs up in tabletop. Bring your arms out to a T position. I'm on an extended platform, so I'm gonna have to bring my hands behind my head because I don't have enough space for my arms to be out by my side or out in that T position. We're gonna go into that spinal twist. So inhale, let your knees and feet drop towards one side, not all the way to the floor, but maybe about a foot hovering off the mat. And exhale back to center. Inhale, twist the other direction. Think about breathing into that opposing rib cage to stay glued down. Inhale, twist. Shoulders relaxed. And exhale, center. Inhale, twist. And exhale, center. So that hip should be kind of hovering off the mat as you twist. And exhale, back to center. One more time, inhale and exhale. And this time go ahead and inhale and let those knees and feet drop all the way onto the mat. And then go ahead and roll onto that side. So what I like to do is if you have a block handy, you can place the block under your head or a towel, but sometimes I like to just roll up my mat and create a little bit of a pillow. If you have a towel nearby, that will work as well, so that your head is kind of propped up. Stack those hips and shoulders here. We're gonna go into a little bit of thoracic twisting here. Inhale, reach those top fingertips forwards and then lift. Following your hand with that vision, exhale, open behind you. Keep those hips stacked. So you feel that spinal twist in the upper body. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, reach and lift, following that hand. And exhale, open. Inhale up and exhale, stack, continuing. So for you, depending on the mobility of your spine, you might not be able to get completely open here. Maybe you just stop like more in this position, which is about 3/4, and that might be as far as you're able to twist, and that's okay. It's gonna look a little different on everyone. So just listen to your body. Again, it's not a one size fits all. So if you ever feel any pain, abstain, don't do it. It's your body telling you that something's not working right. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale, reach and lift. And exhale, bring that arm behind you and hold here. Feel that nice chest opener. And then keep your knee or your feet down, but roll your knees towards the ceiling so you're on your back. If you've rolled up your mat or have anything behind your head, remove it. And place those feet hip width apart. Hands down by your sides, palms up towards the ceiling. We're going into our hip rolls here. So really pay attention to where those knees are. Make sure you start in that neutral spine. Exhale, tilt that tailbone under and slowly begin to peel up by tucking that tailbone under more. As those hips begin to lift, we're peeling up one vertebra at a time, squeezing the glutes from the back. Trying not to arch the back, so making sure the rib cage is down. Think about putting energy into those knees so you feel that nice stretch in the thighs. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, bring the back of the ribs down first, then the waist, then the lower back, and then the tailbone. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, articulate up, squeezing from the back. Really think of that spine as a sticker or a Band-Aid that you're peeling up and off. We want to really mobilize each vertebra. A good spine should be able to move like a wave. So you might be noticing some stiff points in your back, and that's perfectly normal, but we want to work on that. So by doing our best to find that mobilization, we're able to loosen up the vertebra a little bit, which can help with a lot of back pain that people experience. Let's do one more. Inhale, neutral, and exhale, tilt the tailbone under and roll up. Good. Inhale at the top, really squeezing those glutes from the back, and exhale, sinking in the sternum, back of the ribs come down. Waist, lower back, middle back, and inhale into neutral. Good. Go ahead and roll on to your other side. I'm just going to flip sides so you guys can still see me. And again, option here, I might even just use my ball this time. You can roll up that mat, place a towel, something under your head. I'm going to use, like I said, my ball. Hips are stacked, hands are stacked. Inhale, top hand reaches forward, and we follow it with that vision. Exhale, open behind. And inhale up, and exhale, release down. Inhale, reach forward and lift, and exhale, open behind. Inhale up, exhale back. Feel that nice twist of the spine. Inhale up, and exhale down. Let's do two more. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale back. Inhale up and exhale down. Last time. Inhale, reach and lift, and exhale, opening behind you. Feel that nice chest opener, and then just roll those knees back towards the ceiling so you're on your back. And then again, remove anything you may have placed behind your head so you're nice and flat on the mat. Now go ahead and grab your ball. You can use a block, you can use kind of anything basically to put between your inner thighs here. We're gonna get into the adductors here, those inner thighs with a little bit of glute work. So go ahead and place that item, whatever you're using, between those inner thighs. Toes are facing forward. Make sure that those knees, again, are tracking over the middle toes, that they're not going narrower or wider. Okay, so make sure your feet aren't wider than your knees and hips. And again, hands down by your sides. You're just gently squeezing whatever item you have between your thighs. You're not trying to kill it. You don't want to overdo it. Just that gentle little bit of resistance. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze your glutes to lift those hips up into a bridge position. Again, making sure that the rib cage is down, that you're not arching the back here. You want the abdominals engaged. So when we did that inhale, exhale at the beginning of the class, you felt the exhale rib cage draw down. That's the sensation we want. So we want the drawing down here, pulling up with those lower abdominals. Hands again are down by your sides. From here, you're going to hinge at your hips. Inhale, tap. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, squeeze from the back to lift those hips. So right now, we're just, again, keeping that continuous, just gentle little bit of squeeze on whatever item is between those thighs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really squeezing those glutes. Exhale for 4 and tap. Exhale 3 and tap. Really pushing into those knees, pushing those knees forward so you feel a nice stretch in the front of the thighs and tap. Last one, hold it up. Little tiny squeezes from the back. Make sure that those feet are evenly distributing weight between big and little toe. And we pulse. Pulse, nice and controlled for 8 and 7 and 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. And from here, gentle little squeezes into the ball. So hips stay where they are and press in. In. Again, don't try to kill it. Don't overdo it, but we want just that little extra resistance. Squeeze from the back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, lift the heels and lower the heels. You might have to scooch those heels a little closer to your butt so you feel stable. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So those hips stay exactly where they are. You're still squeezing from the back. Last 5 and lower. 4 and lower. Really squeeze those hips up. 3 for 2 and 1. Keep those heels up. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, articulate down one vertebra at a time. And release. Good. Go ahead and grab your ball, or paper towel roll, or Norma, you can grab that green thing, and you're gonna place it under the mat about 1.5 feet. And then you're going to scoot yourself back so that the bottom of your ribs, bottom of your shoulder blades are around or just over that item. So you're going to inhale and take that nice long stretch here to start, so that thoracic extension. So this is really good for combating that kyphosis, which is that kind of hump back, because we're always hunched forward. So just take a moment here to feel that big stretch. Press into the heels of the feet, draw the toes back towards the face, draw the kneecap up towards the heart, pull that belly button in towards the spine, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, start to bring those arms up and tuck the chin and begin to curl up, scooping out that belly, rolling over those thighs like you're rolling over an invisible barrel, and inhale back to a nice stacked spine. Exhale, tailbone comes under. Inhale as you come over the ball with that thoracic spine. Exhale, arms come up, chin begins to tuck slightly, and we roll up. Inhale, stack the spine. Really try to get that nice tall spine, shoulders relaxed in that neutral position. Exhale, tailbone under. Inhale, extend over. Exhale, arms come up and scoop out that belly, rolling up, 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 up. And inhale, stack that spine, sitting up as tall as possible. Exhale, rolling back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, up. And inhale, up to that flat back. This time, exhale, just roll all the way back. And hold so that those shoulder blades are against the ball. Bring the hands behind the head. Press the back of the head into the hands. So you're kind of in that little mini crunch position. Again, heels, you're really pressing into the heels, drawing the kneecaps up towards the heart. And from here, we're gonna inhale, bringing that thoracic spine over the ball. And exhale, crunching up, thinking about sliding the ribs down the front of the hips. Keep that invisible orange between the chin and chest so that you're not lifting and lowering the chin as you come over the ball. And exhale, coming up. The work is, and the movement is happening from the thoracic spine, not in the neck. So it's not a lifting and lowering of the chin. That chin kind of stays in the same place with just that minor tuck. And inhale back, really pressing into those heels. And exhale, coming up, sliding the ribs down. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do 2 more like this. Inhale back. And exhale up. 1 more time. Inhale back. And exhale up. Now this time, go ahead and inhale. We're going to add a little sliding of the heel. So the heel is going to actually slide in as we come in. So we're going to inhale back. This time, as we crunch up, you're going to slide that right heel in. So it's actually dragging on the mat. Inhale, slide it back out. So you should feel a little bit of resistance as you slide that heel up. Exhale, other side. We're focused on pelvic stability here. So really scooping out the lower abdominals so you're not feeling this shifting of the pelvis. As you exhale and drag in, that pelvis is level, that bowl of water is balancing on that pubic bone. Inhale back. And exhale, drag and crunch. And inhale back. So we're really, by adding that little bit of movement in the lower body, we're really focusing on those lower abdominals. And inhale back. Exhale, drag and crunch. And inhale back. Let's do 1 more each side. Exhale up. Inhale back. Head is heavy in those hands. Don't make the neck do the work. Exhale up. Hold, take another inhale. Exhale, bend that other leg as well so both feet are flat on the mat, upper body is up. Take another inhale. Exhale, 1 leg to tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, other leg to tabletop. We're going to go into the 100 option. You can keep your hands behind your head, but otherwise bring your hands, extend them down by your hips, shoulders are relaxed down. Begin pumping those arms like you're bouncing 2 tennis balls. Breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2. In. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep going. Broaden through that collarbone. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Scoop those lower abdominals out. Breathe in. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hold. Crunch up a 1/2 inch further. Release those feet down and release that upper body over the ball. Taking a nice stretch here. Good, and go ahead and remove the ball or your item from behind your mat. And go ahead and place your items. So you can use a yoga block here for this, or your Pilates ball. And you're gonna place the ball under your tail or under your sacrum. So kind of right where your tailbone and your spine meet. So just make sure it's not under your lumbar. You could actually, I think you should be able to use a paper towel roll. It'll definitely squish, but it'll at least give you kind of that unstable surface a little bit. Shoulders relaxed. Take an inhale, scooping out the lower abdominals. Exhale, one leg up to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, other leg up to tabletop. And hold here. So we're adding this unstable surface, okay, which creates an extra challenge for the abdominals. So we want to avoid that popping. So you really have to think about scooping out those lower abdominals, getting that transversus abdominis firing. Now do a little check to see if you're using your arms to stabilize. So bring one arm up and then the other. Do you notice all of a sudden you lose your balance and those hips and that pelvis are shifting all over the place? If so, really focus on scooping out the lower abdominals. So you can stay here if you want that extra challenge, if you can actually maintain that stability. Otherwise, bring your hands down by your sides. You can use them to help, but just don't put unnecessary tension in your shoulders and neck here, okay? So we're gonna go back into those heel taps or toe taps, moving from the hip joint. Inhale, tap one toe down. Exhale, scoop out the belly to bring it back to tabletop. And inhale, and exhale up. Really stabilizing here, scooping out those lower abdominals. Again, option to have those arms up towards the ceiling, but only progress to that if you've mastered having those legs or those arms down on the mat. Okay, so Pilates is all about kind of only progressing when you've mastered something. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more each side. Really pulling up and in here. This should feel like a challenge for those lower abdominals. Hold, extend the legs towards the ceiling, really putting energy into those toes, straightening those legs as much as you can, and you're gonna inhale, extend your right leg out, and exhale, bring it back up. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, extend, and exhale, coming up. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. For 3, exhale up. For 2, exhale up. And 1, exhale up and hold. And from here, we're gonna do both legs together, but we're only gonna move down about a foot. So it's not a huge range of motion. So we're this time gonna exhale, coming down. And inhale up. Exhale, scooping the belly out. And inhale. Let's do 2 more. Exhale. And inhale, relax those shoulders. And exhale. And inhale. Bend your knees, place your feet flat on the mat, lift your hips, and remove whatever item you have under that sacrum. Good, you can go ahead and draw those knees into your chest and do a little rock side to side. And in the other direction. Good, and go ahead, you can set that item aside for a moment. Go ahead and roll onto your belly. And go ahead and rest your forehead on your hands. Scoop out that belly. So even though we're laying on our belly, it's not an excuse to let that belly press into the mat and not think about abdominal connection. So scoop everything up like you're trying to find or be able to fit an invisible piece of paper under that belly. Slight tuck of the pelvis so that pubic bone is gently pressing into the mat. Shoulders relax, lengthen those legs. Draw the kneecaps up towards the heart, squeeze those glutes. We're gonna start with single leg. Inhale, exhale, one leg up. Inhale, release down. Exhale, other side, squeeze and lengthen, lift. Inhale, down. So we're maintaining, again, that nice level pelvis so you don't feel any shifting weight from side to side. For 3, and down. 2, and last 1, and release. Now keep those feet glued down. We're gonna focus on upper body. So you can kind of progress this one. The most challenging version is to still keep those hands under your head, okay? Because it just adds a little bit extra weight. So scoop that belly out. Otherwise, option, you can bring your hands to goalpost arms. So those are your two options. Scoop that belly out, slight tuck of the pelvis, lengthen those legs, draw the shoulder blades down, take an inhale, exhale, find that little lift. The bottom of the rib cage is going to stay glued down, so that bottom rib is down, and release. And we lift, shoulders relaxed, and down. Keep those feet glued down. And we lift, think about decompressing, lengthening the spine, and lower. And lift, shoulders down, engage those back muscles, and lower. Let's do one more. And we lift, squeeze those glutes, and lower. Good. Go ahead and bring so I'm gonna roll my mat up a little bit. If you have a towel nearby, you can place it under your forehead, just so that your spine is in that neutral position. Or you can use a block if you have a narrow one, or magazines, anything you have handy to just put under that forehead. Again, I'm gonna just kind of roll up my mat here, because we want that spine to maintain, or that neck to stay in a neutral position. Bring your arms out to a T, shoulders relax down. We're focusing on the upper body. Scoop out the belly, squeeze the glutes. From here, you're gonna inhale to prepare, exhale, lift that right arm up. So it's kind of like a bird lifting one wing, and inhale down. Scoop out that belly, exhale, other side. So you should feel the little muscles around the scapula. And exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower, scooping out that belly. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. One more time, each side, really engaging those back muscles around the scapula to lift that arm. And this time we're going to do both together. So exhale, both arms lift, squeeze those back muscles, shoulders relaxed, and lower. Exhale, lift, and lower. Make sure that those hands are about even with the shoulders, so they're not coming up too much in front or behind the shoulders. You want them even, that T position. For 3, and lower. Scoop out that belly. For 2, and last one. And go ahead and release. You can set that towel or whatever you may have had under your forehead aside, and go ahead and press yourself back into a nice little shell stretch, rounding out that spine. Good. And then go ahead and grab your band. Sitting up tall, and you can sit however you feel comfortable. I'm going to cross my legs here. And take a nice wide position with your band. So I want you to make sure it's nice and wide, because we're going to be doing a little bit of shoulder mobility work. And if you feel really tight, and if it's the first thing maybe you're doing today, your shoulders are going to need a little time to get loosened up. So always start nice and wide. Now we're going to focus on not allowing the rib cage to pop. So you're going to inhale as those arms come over, exhale as those hands come back behind you. Inhale up and exhale down. So the goal is that those arms stay straight and that you're just moving in the shoulder joint. So again, if you feel like that's difficult, try to take those arms a little wider. Inhale and exhale. Pay attention to what that rib cage is doing. You want to keep the ribs squared over the hips so we still have that abdominal connection. Think about that rib cage placement principle. And lift and lower. Again, now if you feel like your shoulders are warmed up and this is pretty easy, you can narrow your stance of the hands of where you're grabbing. Only if you feel like you're able to. Don't force it. Okay. One more time. And bring it back forward. Relax those shoulders. Maybe roll out that neck a little bit. And then go ahead and bring the band in front of you, and you're about shoulder width apart. Now we're going into scapula stability here. Think about that principle. So broadening through the collarbone, shoulders relax. So don't let the shoulders creep up and carry tension in that neck. So we're gonna add a little bit of a thoracic twist. Again, thinking about those muscles in the back. So I call this the bow and arrow. So you're gonna keep one arm straight and you're gonna draw that bow back, looking over that elbow that you're bending. Inhale back to center and exhale, twist and pull. Make sure that other arm is staying nice and strong so it's straight in front of the body. It's not moving, it's stable. So again, this is work for the back, that scapula stability here. Also with a little bit of thoracic twist, so working on that spinal mobility. And exhale, and inhale. Exhale, pull, and inhale. For 3, and 2, last one, and release. Go ahead again, rolling out those shoulders. So you should have felt the muscles in the back working. Good. Go ahead, set your band to the side for a moment. And we're gonna go into mermaid. So you're gonna inhale, bring one arm up, and exhale, find that little side bend. Now watch that the head doesn't cock over too far and you're straining your neck. You want that neck in alignment with the spine, so it's centered over the spine. Keep both hips glued down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up with the other arm. Exhale, find that side bend, keeping both hips glued down, both sit bones. Inhale up and exhale down. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feel that lengthening of the side. Let's do one more each side. Last one. Inhale and exhale down. Good. Let's go ahead and come into a tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Now really press those hands into the mat. Create some space between your chest and the mat. Make sure that the back of your head is pressing towards the ceiling so you keep that cervical spine in that nice neutral position here. Okay, and then from here, extend that left leg out and then hover it parallel to the floor. Really big thing here is don't forget about those shoulders. So this is just as much about scapula stabilization, strengthening those muscles in the back, as it is the glutes here. So from here, we're just gonna start with a little tap of the toes, exhale up to hip height, and we tap and we lift. Pull that tummy in towards the spine, so scooping out those abdominals, pressing out of the shoulders, out of the hands, really lengthening that leg. So it's glutes and hamstrings here. So put as much energy as you can into those toes. No bent knees. For 4 and up. 3 and up. 2 and 1. Hold it there. Now this time hips stay where they are, but you're just going to bring that toe to the right side and center, and then tap to the left and center. So make sure that you're not moving in the hips at all. You're stable in the torso. It's just that leg moving in the hip joint, that femur moving from side to side. For 4 and 3. Really lengthen that leg, squeeze the glute, don't arch the back. For 2, press out of those hands. Last one. Hold it center, little pulses up towards the ceiling and pulse. Pulse, press the back of the head towards the ceiling. Keep that cervical spine in alignment. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring that knee down. Ooh, booty on fire. Back into that tabletop position. Pressing out of the shoulders. Lengthen and extend your right leg. Make sure that that hip is down, so don't let that hip open out to the side. And from here we tap, exhale, lift. And we tap, exhale, lift. So by scooping out those lower abdominals, that's going to help prevent you from arching your back. It helps put that pelvis in the right position so you're not going into that anterior tilt, which is the arching of the back. Press out of those shoulders. Where's your head at? For 4 and up. 3, 2, lengthen that leg even more. And 1, hold. And we tap to one side and center. Tap to the other side and center. Again, hips are staying stable. Torso is stable. It's just that leg moving and pivoting from side to side. Try not to let that left hip push over to the left. You want it over that knee, okay? So stabilize. So you might even feel it not only in the right glute, but in the left because it's stabilizing that hip. The glute med is working to prevent that hip from being pushed out to the left. Last 2. Press out of those shoulders. I need reminders too. Last 1. Hold it center and little pulses up, up with control. So no jerkiness. Don't just let that leg do its own thing. Control. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And knee comes down. Sit back into a little child's pose. Good. And next, go ahead and come back to a seated position. Grab your band. We're going to finish with a little hamstring stretch here. Place the band around your feet. Shoulders relax down. Sit up nice and tall. So we're just going to do a hip hinge. So don't let the spine round right now. So it's not going to be a huge movement depending on how flexible you are. You're just going to try to think about extending the spine. So still that lengthening, but hinging forward. Really feeling that stretch down the back of the leg. So you're trying to keep that spine nice and long. And feel that nice stretch here. Pull those toes a little closer towards your face for a little deeper stretch yet. And now go ahead and round the spine forward, going into a full forward fold. If you want, you can feel free to lose the band. You can grab your ankles, your calves, whatever's available, or you can continue to use the band to help facilitate that stretch and just round out. And then slowly peel that spine back up to a nice tall position. Cross those legs, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to place our right hand on our left knee, sitting up as tall as possible. Take that nice spinal twist, looking over that left shoulder. And center, other side, sitting up tall, both sit bones glued down. And center. And then go ahead and bring your hands down by your sides. Take a deep inhale, circle those arms up. And exhale. Again, deep inhale. And exhale. One more time, deepest breath you've taken all day. Bring your hands down through heart center. And give yourself a little round of applause for a job well done.